superpower is. And the reason why I say that, because most of us, and take a second to think about it, what's your value? If somebody asks you to put us on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the most valuable, what would your number be? Because that's important. See, because your superpower will never reach its full potential if you don't see the value in yourself. If you're questioning yourself because of, like I said before, somebody's opinion, see, you would never obtain that. See, that superpower is that thing, man, that when I get up in the morning, hey, I got this. You know, people say, oh, I'm not a morning person, because you choose not to be a morning person. When I get up in the morning, I choose to be a morning person. Why? Because, hey, life is short. Life is precious, man. We don't have as much time as we think we have. I want to maximize my potential while I'm here on earth. I want to use every ounce of my superpower that I have. I do what I do because I love helping people. I do what I do because I get excited when I get a chance to talk to people. I do what I do, man, because it taps into my superpower. See, when you tap into your superpower, you're excited about what you do. Most of us never find it, man. So we complain, we murmur, we groan. We don't like this. I got a friend who's been on the job for 20 years. He's been complaining for 20 years. Never filled out another job application. He has no idea what his superpower is. He thinks he just has to go along to get along. That's not your superpower. So find it. If you haven't found it, get it. Get that thing, because we're going to talk about it today, man. What is your superpower? We're talking about rise up. See, most of us can't rise up because we don't know what our superpower is. See, to rise up, you have to have courage. And I don't mean courage to fight a lion, fight a bear, get into fights. You got to have courage to say that, you know what? I'm okay with being different. I just finished my second book called Give Me the Ball. And Give Me the Ball is based on that premise of finding your superpower and having the strength to do the things that you need to do when everybody else is doing something different. You want to rise up? That's what you rise up at. You rise up for what you believe and what you know to be right, not for what the majority of people are doing, not for what the crowd is doing. And it's based around when I was an athlete in college, freshman athlete, walked on the basketball team, had a baseball scholarship real quick. We in a huddle. We down 1 point, 10 seconds to go in the game, and the coach is designing plays for people to want the ball. And none of those dudes wanted the ball. They all there on a full scholarship. I'm on baseball, partial basketball. I was like, yo, give me the ball. They were looking into the crowd. How many people in the crowd? How crowded the place is? How much noise in the crowd? Let them just scoreboard. What if I see? When you think like that, you don't know what your superpower is. When you know what your superpower is, you want the ball. You want to be the difference maker. You want to be the one when everybody in the class is acting crazy. You want to be the one acting correctly. You want to be the one when everybody's going left, you want to go right because that's the right thing to do. See, when you discover your superpower, man, you can't help but be excited about life because you want to get up, you want to do stuff. You don't think about failing. See, the problem with most of us, we got this thing backwards, man. We don't know what our superpower is, so we get so many preparing what if to fail instead of saying, what if I make it? What if I'm successful? What I'm doing right now wasn't even a job. And when I told people what I wanted to do, I was leaving corporate America, I heard that's not even a job. Who's going to pay you to do that? But corporate America, I loved it. And for some people, it's great. It just wasn't allowing me to tap into my superpower. I wasn't doing the things that I love to do. It wasn't getting me excited. We were talking before you got on here. I'm up all night making notes, constantly making notes, tinkering things, playing with stuff. Because I got to get this right, got to get this right, got to get this right. And because I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I want to make sure I do it right. See, your superpower drives that. See, when you don't know your superpower, you hate doing the things you need to do to be successful. You don't know your superpower, so you want to be successful, but you don't want to do well in school. See, you don't understand your superpower. Because your superpower, you have to groom it, you got to shape it, you got to mold it, you got to invest in it, you got to develop it. You just don't wake up one day, with this great power. You have to learn how to use it. Just like if you watch the Marvel, you ever see the Marvels when they're young? They had to learn how to use their power. Even though they had the gifts, they had to learn how to use it. That's you. You have these gifts. You have this superpower inside you, man. You got to learn how to use it. And how do you lose it? You got to use it. You feed it the right stuff. You go to school. You learn what you need to learn to be successful. See, superpower don't mean life is going to be easy. It doesn't mean you're going to do stuff that you truly love to do every second of the day. Because there's things I had to do to get here to do what I love to do. But once I discovered my superpower, it didn't matter because I kept seeing the next day. 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 I'm getting closer to my dream. I'm getting closer to my dream. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because I got this thing inside me that won't allow me to quit. I got this thing inside me that says, man, I got this. So when I was sick, I got this. I got this. When people were saying stuff, I got this. That's what you got to do. Find that superpower. Find that thing, man, that excites you, that thing that's inside you, man, that nobody can see. You can't touch it. You can't taste it. You can't smell it, but you feel it. You feel it, man. So when things look like it's not going to work out, your superpower kicks in. I got this. You know, when you feel like giving up, your superpower kicks in. I got this. Yo, when somebody is getting on your last nerve and you want to strike out, I got this. See, your superpower, it brings discipline, man, because now I have discipline because I'm trying to reach this goal. I have discipline because I know I got this thing inside me that folk just may not understand. You know, excuse me. I got this thing inside me, man, that's driving me when people say, why are you doing that? You should quit. I got this thing inside me when people don't do what I think they should do that tells me to keep pushing the stone. And if you know me, you hear me say that all the time. See, your superpower does that. It's that thing, man, that inspires you, encourages you, it fires you up. You know, your superpower is that thing that these leaders got together, these young leaders got together, these young scholars got together and said, hey, we learned something. We got a taste of something. And they understood another thing about the superpower. It's not just for you. Just like these young leaders, man, they heard something. They got excited about it. They brought it back to you. Your superpower makes you want to help other people. Your superpower thinks of the greater good, not just yourself. I don't invest in myself to keep it to myself. I invest in myself so I can do what I do. I can do it well. I can share. I can help people grow. And people can help me grow because I learn from them. I do it because guess what? Whether you believe it or not, everybody on this call matters. Everybody on this call matters. Every single individual in this car, I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you think is going to happen. You matter. And because you matter, you got to find that superpower. The graveyard is the place where you'll find the most wasted potential because most people, they live and they die without ever finding their superpower. Oh, they can do things and be successful. They can do things and have somewhat success. But see, your superpower, when you're in your superpower, you love what you do. When you're in your superpower, you love getting up in the morning. When you're in your superpower, you know, Miss Miller, they were telling me we're up to 12:30 last night doing this. That's your superpower. Say, I got to get this right. See, people without the superpower, they went to sleep at 9 o'clock last night, didn't care what was going to happen today. It'll work out. That's people without knowing their superpower. No, when you got a superpower, man, you know you got to feed it. You got to prepare. You got to invest in it. You got to invest in yourself. See, your superpower is this amazing thing, man, that can take you to amazing places. I am a North Philadelphia kid, born and raised. Most of my friends look at me now, man, and they used to laugh at me and crack jokes. They see a lot of stuff that I talked about came true. Didn't know my superpower when I was that young, but I knew it was something out there. I knew it was something that was telling me it was okay to be different. I knew it was something that was telling me when my friends were doing crazy stuff not to do that. You know, and didn't know what it was, but I was looking for it. I'm here to tell you today, if you don't know what your superpower is, start looking for it now. That's why I told you to gather the object. It's just an object. It's not really a superpower, but you can have multiple things. You know, I got this Spider-Man hat behind me. I was just talking to Mr. Blakely about it. You know, there's a young man that I work with. He's slightly autistic, and I work with him with phonics and STEM. He's like 4 years old. And we were talking and going through some things, and he wore a hat like this every day. And every day to get the conversation going, he's a Spider-Man guy. I'm like, yo, superpower. You know, I need a hat like that. He bought me a hat. See, and this kid loves to learn. See, your superpower, man, even though I'm tapping into my superpower, I'm helping him find his superpower. I'm helping him develop his superpower. Why? Because I need him to do it for somebody else. I need like Ms. Ramos, Ms. Miller, and the rest of these students, you know, the young scholars who were part of this council putting this together. Find your superpower so you can impact your peers around you so it can become contagious. That's where real change comes from. These teachers on this call, man, if you don't know your superpower, find it. Find it, man, so it can be infectious with your students. We got some wonderful presenters on this call today, man, and they know what their superpower is. I know a couple of them personally. They know what their superpowers are. What's yours? Find it. Develop it, nurture it, feed it, and share it. Don't be afraid to say and take a risk, man, and share that little bit of knowledge you have, to share that superpower you have. Don't be afraid to find your voice. My workshop is going to be that today. Find your voice. See, your voice is attached to your superpower, and your voice is your voice. It's nobody else's voice. It's what comes out of you that makes you you. It's that thing inside you, man, that people may look at you and say, oh, she may not be this, or he may not be that, but it's something inside you when it comes out, man, like you're this whole other person. You're this whole other person because you developed your superpower. You know, I'm not saying like Spider-Man or Superman. There's a lot of stuff that we could say, man, but you have this unique gift that only you have. What is it? Find it. Start looking for it. Invest in it. You know, we'll plant seeds and we'll water them and we wait for them to grow. And we water them, we wait for them to grow. You never plant a seed and the plant comes the next day. That's how it is with your superpower. You start watering it. You figure out what it is and you start looking for it and you start watering it. You start doing the stuff you need to make it grow. If you don't know what it is, try different things you like to do, because your superpower will never be something you don't like to do. If you're doing something you hate it, that's not your superpower. Find it. You know, I tease Miss Miller. You know, she has this smile, man. It's infectious. When she gets on early this morning, she's excited. You know, that's a gift. It is a gift. You know, I tease Miss Ramos because she's always like composed and she's always like, so, you know, but that's okay. It's a gift. Figure out how to use that. Figure out how to take that and develop and figure out how to grow it. Figure out how to maximize that potential. Because when you do that, everybody on this call, I guarantee, if you can figure out what your superpower is, you will be successful no matter what you do. You want a great career, find out what your superpower is, because that's going to motivate you and push you through. You're looking to be, as you get older, in a great relationship, find out what your superpower is. Because guess what? When you find out what your superpower is, you won't attract those zeros. Those folk not like you, they're not going to want to be around you. You eliminate a whole bunch of nonsense, a whole bunch of negativity when you figure out what your superpower is, because people will see something's different about you. Why is he different? Why is she different? That's your superpower. See, if you want to be good in sports, find out what your superpower is. Whatever you're doing, man, and as I close, whatever you're doing, figure out what your superpower is. Figure it out. Because I guarantee you, once you figure it out, your life will get easier. Doesn't mean it's not going to be without strife and without some trials, but when you figure out what your superpower is, watch how much easier your life will be. I get up in the morning, man, I'm good to go. You know, I don't allow myself to have bad days. I don't. I get up excited every day because I know what my superpower is. So as you go through the day and you're in these various workshops and you're listening to them, take some notes down, man. Figure out, how is this going to help my superpower? How's it going to help me discover who I am? When you're in these workshops today, man, let me tell you, you got some people on this call, man, that got some knowledge. And I can tell you this right now, what you're getting from them today, people pay a lot of money to get. so they went a great length to get these professionals. These are not people that pulled off the street. These are people who have honed these skills. They've worked hard. They're educated, did the things they need to do to be successful, and they give it to you today for free. I guarantee you, if you take notes in each one of these workshops, when we get to the end, some of you are going to start to figure out my superpower. Some of you will start to figure out like, oh, this is my superpower. This is my gift. This is what I need to do. This is so I can begin to search to see what my superpower is. Because I got to tell you this, man. You can only be amazing when you aim to be amazing. You can only be great when you aim to be great. Most of us, we set the bar so low that anywhere we get, we think we're successful. We do. Aim high. Shoot for the moon. Find your superpower. Find that thing, man, that's going to catapult you above everybody else. And when you find it, share it. It's not just for you. Just like these young scholars got together and said, hey, we attended this event, we're going to bring it back for everybody. That's what your superpower does. That's the beginning of being great. My final thought when we close, man, don't be afraid to change. Most of us, we struggle with this concept called change, man, and we miss it. And to see and change is create a new mindset. That stinking thinking you had before today, get rid of it. Create a new mindset. I'm going to find my superpower. I'm going to be successful. I'm taking something out of this day. I'm leaving this day with some nuggets that's going to help me be bigger, help me be better, help me be greater. And the H is for honesty. Be honest with yourself. You know if you're giving an effort or not. You know that. You can fool me, you can fool the teachers, but you know if you're giving everything you have. Be honest with yourself, man. Yo, I need to do more to get more. I need to have more faith. I need to dream bigger. I need to do different things, because if I keep doing what I'm doing now, I'm going to get what everybody else has, and that's what I have now. And the A, you got to be aware, man. Be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of the opportunities that's in front of you. Today is an opportunity to learn something. Today is an opportunity to get some information free. Today is an opportunity to tap into some folk and ask questions. You know, be aware. Be aware of the teachers in your support system that can help you out. Be aware. I do this workshop. Life is a 12-round fight. you know, and round 2, I say, know who's in your corner. Be aware who's in your corner, because there's people who are in your corner, and then there's some folk who don't need to be in your corner. That's a different workshop. And the end is for never give up. Man, quit is not in my vocabulary. I never give up. If you tell me I can't, I'm going to figure out how to do this. You can never give up. Never, ever, ever give up, man. End should be in you. Never. I'm never giving up. I may fail 15 times, but guess what? All it takes is one time to be successful. Now you're successful. That's all it takes. And the G is forgive. Never stop giving back. You know, I try to give back every station in life, man. Whether it's with you, whether it's with other groups I do, I always try to give back. You know, my wife and I, we have a nonprofit. We try to pick somebody or a family every month to do something for. You know, never, ever get that selfish or you can't give back. Because I can tell you, that's the quickest way to lose anything you work for is to become selfish and not give back. And the E is for endurance. My final letter is E, endurance. Life is not going to be one in a day. I got news for you. Whoever told you life was going to be easy, they lied. They told you a lie. Life is designed to test you, to stretch you, to teach you, to educate you, and to encourage you. But check this out, it's also designed to defeat you. For those who don't understand, who think this thing is life is great and great. No, it's a lie. And I'm out of time. As you know, I do talk too much on Wednesdays, but I thank you guys so much for allowing me to be here today in this capacity. I am humbled and honored and privileged. I am so excited about these workshops today. So I don't know who I'm turning it back over to right now, but I have to give this to somebody because my time is up. But yo, find your superpower, because I'm gonna actually get my workshop. I will talk to you guys later. Is somebody driving a bus now?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Pender. It is a word this morning. You have given us a positive message to kick off our day and get us started. Teachers, please start to push your students into their great Google Meets for the first presenters that are coming to you. Please remind the students that I know for me, I already told my students they are getting extra credit for their participation throughout the day. When they fill out the reflection form at the end of the day, that is their ticket into the extra credit that I was willing to offer them. So by all means, if it is on your heart to do the same for your homeroom and your students, I don't know any student at this point in time that would not be willing to take some extra credit just for participating throughout the day. So please begin to push them into their Google Meets. Your Google Meet hosts should be opening up their rooms. Your presenters should be showing up for 9 a.m. for their first sessions, and they will be coming to your rooms throughout the day to work with our phenomenal students. So if you have any questions or any glitches throughout the day, please just feel free to reach out to me via email. I am in the building, so if you need to call, you can also call as well. And thank you so much, Mr. Pender, again, for giving us such a powerful word this morning. And I look forward to seeing how the rest of this day unfolds. Thank you all so much. And Mr. Pender will be back with us at the end of the day to close us out with another powerful word to send you on your way. Thank you.